The government just dropped a bombshell that's going to change everything you thought you knew about healthy eating. On January 7th, 2026, they completely rewrote the rules. And what they're saying about the foods in your pantry right now might shock you. Here's the scary part. Those convenient packaged foods you've been eating, they're linked to a 15% increased risk of dying early. And it gets worse. They found a 17% increase in cognitive issues among people who consumed at least one serving of ultra-processed meat a day. But before you panic, I'm going to tell you exactly what changed, why it matters for your health, and the 3 foods you need to stop eating today if you want to protect your brain and body. Number 7. The death of the food pyramid. Remember that food pyramid we all grew up with? The one that told us to load up on bread and pasta? Well, it's gone. The updated dietary guidelines return to a pyramid shape, this time emphasizing protein, dairy, and healthy fats, along with fruits and vegetables. But here's the twist. It's completely inverted. Our message is clear. Eat real food, Kennedy told reporters at a White House briefing, PBS. This isn't just a minor adjustment. It's a complete 180-degree turn from decades of nutritional advice. Number 6. The ultra-processed food bombshell. For the first time in history, the dietary guidelines call out the dangers of certain highly processed foods, a common sense and vital public health point. They're specifically warning against packaged, prepared, ready-to-eat, or other foods that are salty or sweet, such as chips, cookies, and candy. But here's what they're not telling you. Highly suggestive evidence indicated that greater exposure to ultra-processed foods was directly associated with higher risks of incident all-cause mortality, heart disease-related mortality, type 2 diabetes, and depressive outcomes. Number 5. The protein revolution. Get this. They're telling us to double our protein intake. The previous recommended dietary allowance called for 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. The new recommendation is 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. That means if you weigh 150 pounds, you went from needing 54 grams of protein to potentially 109 grams. This isn't just a small tweak. It's a fundamental shift in how we should be eating. Number 4. The Sugar War Declaration. We are ending the war on saturated fats. Our government declares war on added sugar today. Stat News, announced Secretary Kennedy. And they're not messing around. The guidance says no amount of added sugars or non-nutritive sweeteners is recommended or considered part of a healthy or nutritious diet. For children under 4, 0 added sugar. That's right, not limit or reduce, completely avoid. Number 3, the cognitive decline connection. Stop eating this today. This is where it gets terrifying. Among participants who were under 68 years of age at baseline, each serving per day of ultra-processed food was associated with 13% increased risk for Alzheimer's disease. And if you're eating more than 10 servings a day, consumption of 10 or more servings per day versus less than 10 servings per day of ultra-processed food was associated with a 2.7-fold increase in Alzheimer's disease risk. The worst offenders? For each serving of soda consumed, there was a 6% increase in cognitive impairment. If you're drinking soda daily, you need to stop. Today. Number 2. The full fat comeback. Remember when we were told to avoid butter, whole milk, and cheese? Well, the guidelines just did a complete 180. Kennedy, who has vowed to tackle rising rates of chronic disease among children, touted the guidelines as a way to reduce high levels of obesity and diabetes. And part of that strategy includes embracing full-fat dairy. The biggest deviation from the science is a new prioritization of animal sources within the protein food group instead of a plant-forward pattern. Other critical deviations from science include the recommendation for full-fat dairy. Number 1. The food as medicine revolution. This is the big one. The entire approach has shifted from the old food pyramid to a food as medicine food safety philosophy. A multi-center perspective cohort analysis in 9 European countries published in the Lancet in January 2025, including 428,128 participants, found that ultra-processed foods were positively associated with all-cause mortality, as well as mortality from circulatory diseases, cerebrovascular disease, ischemic heart disease, digestive diseases, and Parkinson's disease. But here's the game changer. Participants who reported consumption of UPF of more than 19.9% of daily calories had a 28% faster rate of global cognitive decline. That means if more than 1 in 5 calories you eat come from ultra-processed foods, your brain is aging significantly faster. The bottom line. This study found that a higher intake of ultra-processed foods was associated with slightly higher all-cause mortality, driven by causes other than cancer and cardiovascular diseases, PubMed. High UPF consumption is associated with dementia. So what should you do right now? Check your pantry. If it comes in a package with more than 5 ingredients, question it. Replace sugary drinks with water immediately. Embrace whole foods, meat, eggs, vegetables, fruits in their natural form. This isn't about perfection. It's about protection. Your brain, your body, your future depends on the choices you make today. If this video opened your eyes to what's really on your plate, share it with someone you care about. Their life might depend on it. Like this video if you're ready to make the change, and subscribe to Pain Story for more life-saving health revelations.